This is a variation. It's titled Red-White Control, but it's kind of loosely based off of the Red-White mid-range shell that we've played a bit of on stream. And I like the core of what this deck is doing, just like I like the core of what that deck is doing. We've got some good interaction, things like Skyclave Helix and Bonecrusher Giant for the creature decks. And at the top end of our curve, Chandra Awakened Inferno is just like a really excellent threat against the various control decks in this format. Obviously, she gets Aether Gusted, but if she doesn't get Aether Gusted, she can really give them a run for their money with her couple of emblems. They usually have a hard time racing. Glorybringer and Chandra Torch of Defiance, both really good interactive cards that generate card advantage. And Showdown of the Skalds is one I have not played in red-white mid-range, but seems kind of interesting here. I especially love the second two chapters of this card alongside Blinkmoth Nexus. Being able to make this creature land larger is something that's really, really powerful. So out of the sideboard, you see we've got Elite Spellbinders here, which is something that we main deck in the red-white mid-range deck. So basically, against combo, we go ahead and we board these in to kind of become more mid-rangey to be able to pressure them. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes today. See how this feels and what our thoughts are compared to the red-white mid-range that's more aggressive that we've played before. Arseno, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Zen Grief, thanks for the tier 2 and thanks for the 16. Sweet 16 indeed. What are my thoughts? What are my thoughts on the standard metagame? So my opinion on standard has mostly been the same since even before Strixhaven released, and that's that I think whatever metrics you're judging standard on, I don't think you would describe the format as being a bad format. I just don't think the current standard format is particularly compelling. I feel like the current standard format is a condemnation of the current rotation cycle, which is that like Eldraine's been standard legal for over 18 months. I'm kind of bored of it. Even if Eldraine wasn't what Eldraine is with all of the pushed cards, it's just been there for so long that it feels like Standard hasn't been able to breathe. Yeah, it's just kind of dull, right? Like, Standard is supposed to be this format that changes consistently. That's the appeal to it, and it's not currently representing that appeal. Standard's been very samey for a long while now. For one, let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thank you for the 12 months. Welcome back. Stale, dull, etc. I wanted to make you play a bad deck, and I wanted you to see my donation on stream. Can you check my idea first so I could donate for it to be played on Monday? Yeah, let's take a look-see poo here, huh? Can you submit the form? Yep, there's the first of many, chap. I believe sets usually release on Moto at 10 a.m. PST, but don't quote me on that because it's been a while since I've cared about that platform. How does that work? Donate dollars and get it back if you don't want to play. No, you should. You should. For people that aren't familiar with my deck donation system, you should never send me money for a deck until, and maybe I should make this more clear on my deck submission page because there's some confusion about that. You should never send me money until I've told you I'm willing to play your deck. So the purpose of the Google form on my site is for you to send me a link to your deck for me to view and approve it before you send me money. So, Moto is gonna do Moto things, and for people that don't understand how Magic Online works, is the Magic Online formats have the cards flagged as legal in the Magic Online client as of yesterday's patch, but you can't actually open Modern Horizons 2 booster packs until later today. However, Modern Horizons 2 introduced a number of older cards as reprints into Modern, which means yesterday you could play with things like Vindicate and Abundant Harvest and Solitary Confinement and other things like that that are reprints that are now legal in Modern that weren't legal before, even though you can't actually open Modern Horizons booster packs yet. Get stuffed, Gandalf. Ugh. Nice deck. All right. Was it good for you, opponent? It was good for me. Sorry, chat. Gandalf makes me feel things. You think Esper Hero with Elish could be viable in Historic? I think Hero of the Precinct 1 has just been largely outclassed as a card and is basically a worse, like, you'd rather just build around Sedgemoor Witch, basically. Ghost Allison, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. That is a big mood. Yeah, you get me. You feel me. Is it crazy to board in these angels over these helixes just to have more threats? I'm kind of into it. Yeah, if you want to put an idea through the forum, and I will drop you a message back tonight sometime to let you know if I'm okay with it or not. It is a very clear, straightforward system. It's something. It's something. The part of the reason why, Captain, is it's the however Magic Online is programmed, they can't change legality of cards except through a client update. Is the core fundamental problem they have. I mean, like, my deck doesn't functionally draw cards though, Conscript, so like stomping loyalty off of Narset is fine. Like the TLDR. It's a nice one. Yeah, for people that see the stream title, we finished Ghost of Tsushima, so we're gonna play a little Pogo PvP at the end of the stream today. We'll see how that goes. I've been playing a bunch of that off stream, but I've not played any on stream to date. I played enough to hit rank 19 last season though. Was doing a whole ton. Oh no, chat. They're gonna Chandra me back. We just take her.
I'll try to come back for you.
Yeah, James, this is basically a bigger version of the red-white deck that you've played a bunch, that we worked on a bit. What's my Great League team? I don't know exactly. I've got like 12 Pokemon built out, and I'm trying to find a good mix of idiots that I like. Oh no, don't send me modern decks right now. You want to submit something, use the forum. I'm gonna have to really think about modern decks and do a little bit of research, because I haven't played the format in a long time. I also don't know that I'm gonna take modern decks for 50 bucks. Like, if I take them, they're probably gonna be more. at least to start. But also, I'm not guaranteeing that we're gonna do a certain amount. Someone's asking about the Minnow emote. Yeah, the Minnow emote is for the low spenders. The Immolation Sensation. Save 5/5. Ideally, we want to get two emblems off of her. Should be enough to close, hopefully. And then you have the more rare, illustrious sea creatures like Lambton there. And Duck Doolittle with their various whale emoticons. Hey, thanks for the 20 months, Chase. Welcome back. Honestly, I think I'm just using the Castle here. I don't think there's a reason to cast a spell. Maybe we just want to, like, smack them. Thanks for the followed mask. Ain't down to 6. They're technically dead next turn. You know, assuming there's no Helix or shenanigans in here. My favorite place to get burritos. There is a small, authentic Mexican place in Bloomington where I live that we actually got for lunch yesterday. It was their early dinner. Use your team in a set of 5. Well, you can't, you'd have to, like, give me your Pogo login or something like that, right? I don't know the logistics of that. You live in Bloomington? Veracruz, over on, Veracruz over by, I'm blanking on what street it's on. I know how to get there. I don't remember the street name. Bloomington, Illinois. Yeah! How's it feel, Jeskai Control? It's how creature decks feel when they play against you. Stuffed in a tiny box and thrown away. We'll keep this, it's fine. Oh no. Oh no, they're not a Gandalf, chat. They could still be a Gandalf, right? This could be a Gandalf mountain. Hey, thanks for the 8 months, Figleaves. Welcome back. Alright, looks like there are some burbs in our future, chat. Have you heard about the birds? I would love to step on that one. Feel free to tag me with deck ideas in the Paper Boomer channel on the subs Discord, Leluke. Keep the deck form though for things that you would only want to donate for. Hey, listen, if you enjoy playing Jeskai Control, there's nothing wrong with playing a deck that you like. I'm a big fan of don't hate the player, hate the game. It is never the player's responsibility to make sure that their opponent is having fun. It is the player's job to ensure that they are having fun, and if their opponent's not having fun, that's the game designer's responsibility, not the player's responsibility. Yeah. I don't know. And like I said, like Jeskai is like tedious. It is very hard to evaluate the Jeskai control deck because the Jeskai control deck is very tedious to play against. And because it's tedious to play against, it's hard to have this feeling of this is too good or this is too bad. Because when something feels bad to play against, it's hard to like, you need large data sample sets to look at to know if it's really okay or not, basically. Untapped lands. Nailed it. Hey chat, did you know Chandra's -X exiles?
I'm an explosively good pyromancer. Glad I can help with your not being on
Goodbye, bird. Chat, I'm gonna teach you a very important lesson today, chat. Did you know that drakes are not dragons? This has been Jeff Hoagland's magic lesson of the day.
Exploded. Good luck while I'm gone.
Goodbye, birdie.
If you haven't heard of me, then get ready to meet me. Glad I can help with
Goodbye,
your
friend.
fire problem.
Well, we're off to a pretty convincing start so far, huh? Just like stuffed Gandalf and then stuffed Phoenix game one. We'll see. We still got 2 more games here against Phoenix, but like that was pretty solid. I want to trim here. I need to cut 6 cards. I'm pretty sure the angels are good here. Is Showdown too slow? Maybe we cut that. How greedy is it to cut? How greedy is it to cut a mana rock? Around 26 lands. I'm boarding out 4 4s, but I'm bringing in 2 5s. Is Rest in Peace even worth it against Phoenix? Yeah, I think if this doesn't impact you, bringing in a couple is fine. Especially if you have, like, good removal for the rest of their threats. Yeah, our opponent also had an Ox last game, which is relevant. No, don't be over 60. Oh, that's a huge misclick. Big mistake. Big mistake. Hopefully we get a chance to play this on curve and doesn't punish us. Yeah, the Triomes are being played as that should have been a white source too. Man, I am super off of it. I can't stay long, so here you go. If over the weekend you decide you can't do it or make Vodrak turns as a fine backup. Oh, are you the Vodrak double one? Are you here, Rad? I looked at that list in the thing and I don't understand how it works. Like I was looking at it and I don't understand how the combo works. If you could maybe like write in chat or like email me or DM me. I don't understand how it goes infinite based on the cards looking at a glance. Cassius, 6 to 20 months. Welcome back. Did I back the new big Everdell Kickstarter? I don't. My wife's been off of Kickstarter for a while because we got burned on a couple of them. Come on, cast a cantrip. So I'm going to take one here. We're going to go ahead and stomp this. They could have a counter spell or a couple of cantrips. And even if they just like play a couple of cantrips, we can kill it with Lightning Helix next turn, right? Yes. Resolves. Okay. Alright, good chat, good chat. Yes, this is the deck Pressa pick played in the open. Alright, come on, untapped lands. Boo. Alright, I think we do this, and then plus for mana, Helix the Ox. Yeah, it casts so we can Inferno next turn if she lives. Which is nice. Nice. Alright, so now I can say murder you, and then I can play Awakened Inferno and start murdering them.
Oh, that's nasty.
It is nasty, chat.
Ever see a volcano erupting? Oh, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
Getting a little sweaty over there, opponent. Get sweaty with Chandra. Awakened Inferno can kill Ox.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Double Major doesn't trigger Mutate, Rad. Mutate only triggers when you put it onto a creature with the Mutate cost. Double Major, copy Vodrock on the stack, and then you've casted for the Mutate cost. No, that's not how that works. It has to actually mutate onto a creature. Yeah, I don't think your deck works as, like, you think it does. And, like, have you done this on Arena before? Does it work that way? Because I'm pretty sure that's not how Magic works. Like, what you're describing. Like, mutating isn't just the act of paying for the mutate cost. It's also, like, have to actually mutate onto the creature. Are we gonna be a Diamond Gamer, chat? It feels like we might be ready to ascend to a Diamond Gamer. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby! Yeah. Stuffed Jeskai, stuffed Phoenix. What an excellent start to the morning. Diamond 4 rank floor. Feels like home, chat. Feels like home. I feel like I need to talk to a judge because it sounds like what you've encountered is a Magic Arena bug. Because if you pay the mutate cost of a thing and it doesn't actually mutate onto a creature, it shouldn't trigger the mutated. Are there any Magic judges in chat? Can you confirm what they're talking about is correct? We're talking about Vodrock mutating onto a thing and then you casting double major on the Vodrock while it's on the stack. Mutate triggers if you copy the thing that you're mutating. Yeah, mutate has to resolve for mutate to trigger. Wait, if you copy. But do they all go on the same creature? Or do you end up with infinite... Or do you end up with infinite Vodrox in play? Like, when you copy it, does it go on this... They all go on the... Yeah, so, okay. Both Vodrock would mutate onto the same thing, right? Ah, another Gandalf chat. But how does that... So that... Okay, so... It does go infinite, but it doesn't actually do anything, right? You have to have something like a grape shot or something afterwards for it to actually be functional. If you don't have a grape shot afterwards, you just like generate a bunch of storm and do nothing. Is that how that works? Yeah, that doesn't sound very good. Or you get more shocks in the bin. Does it technically cast more spells, though, if you mutate on top of it? I guess you mutate on top of it, and then you get 2 mutate triggers. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, you have to do something. That's a lot of bad cards. Well, it's one of those decks where even if we played it, you probably wouldn't see it happen because it's like 6 unplayable cards all wrapped up into one that costs like 40 mana. Yeah, I don't know about that. It sounds really hard to put together. And it just, like, dies to a Doomblade or a Counterspell.
Trust me, you'll thank no time for a break.
You just mutate them all into Porky Parrot? Something like that. Yeah, I think that's probably not good enough into the just guy control format.
The pace.
Playing a bunch of things that get countered by Mystic Dispute on top of everything else is,
I understand.
We didn't down-tick Narset? Weird. Team Arcanus today or tomorrow? It should be up tomorrow, Crackhead. I think we're probably done at this point. I no longer have lands to cast 6 mana Chandra. Board like we boarded last time. Some angels in. The Spellbinder's in, Elspeth Conquers Death in. You, Mr. Streamer, shall receive my Amazon Prime sub each month until there's nothing to watch in Prime Video for me. Thanks, Habalako. I appreciate it. And we'll move it. Thanks for the 11 months. Welcome back, folks. First 2 matches, actually. We've only been live for 30 minutes, but we're 2-0 to start. Ooh, that's a good point. They're the Mizzix Mastery variation. Yeah, I think you're right, Wardab. If we get a game 3, I'm gonna bring... If we get a game 3, I'm gonna bring the rest in pieces in. A good suggestion. Against non-Mizzix Jeskai control, I don't like Rip, but I think turning off their Mizzix Masteries has a lot of appeal.
Today's my lucky day.
Lucky day, chat. M'lady.
This'll be easy.
Jeff, I've been studying the way you concede matches and the circumstances under which you do so. Thus far, following your advice has led me to ranking up a lot faster than previously, mainly because I play a lot more games of actual Magic. Yeah. Yup. I'm glad you're having more fun and playing more actual games. We are unfortunately 1 mana off of casting both of these next turn, which is sad. What if I fire up Blinkmoth to put a counter on it? That's probably greedy.
This is gonna hurt.
Notice more casual players don't understand concede when you can't win. They think I have more life, so I'm winning. I mean, it's not even just that. So the problem is that in Magic, it isn't always abundantly clear when you can't win anymore is the kind of fundamental thing. In a lot of games, it tends to be pretty obvious when you can no longer win the game. And in Magic, that's not true.
Let's take it back
Alright, so I drew an Awakened Inferno. Do I need to cast this one this turn? Five, 6. Okay, what if I do this? What if I have this animate itself? And then I cast Chandra and we put 2 counters on this. And then we bolt this in. And we plus Chandra for mana, and we play this, we put 2 more counters on this. I don't know if this is the right play, but it's definitely the adorable play, so I'm gonna make it.
Let's skip to the good part.
I have a hard time resisting this line lets tough. Yeah, but like, I've got a lot of gas in the tank. What are the cards they play that can interact with a 5/5 Blinkmoth Nexus? Well, I guess Prismari Command can interact with it. It's like exactly Prismari Command. Read. Alright, so if I take Veto... and then I'm gonna do... this, which puts 2 counters on here.
This'll be easy.
They're not casting their spells because they're trying to figure a way to save their Hero of Dominaria. Is like the TLDR, which they can't.
This is hardly my worst.
We'll see. This, going in on this might have been wrong. It might have been right to just jam the other Inferno easier.
Sorry,
Hey, thanks for the 4 months, Trench. Welcome back. And even if they play a land here, one of these has to be Prismari Command in order to save this, right? Because they can't cast this one. Sweet. And now I get to... and now I get to do this to check their hands here. Start with this, see what we get.
Yup, you're going down.
What's it called? Really got to flex this game. Showdown of the Skalds, just guess. Lightning Helix, Leon Dav, is the, like, TLDR.
How long do you want to wait for? A week?
Expressive iteration is also very good, but yeah, Helix is fantastic. Get to cycle this Triome. They need to poke my Chandra because she's ulting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This costs 10 currently. I don't know why they shocked there. They need to like Gear Hulk Helix here, right? To keep the Chandra from ulting. Nah, I haven't touched Standard at all, OB. If you look, what's it called? If you look, the Championship posted deck list yesterday, I believe, or at the very least a metagame breakdown. It might have just been a metagame breakdown and not full deck list, actually, now that I think about it.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Anyone who stands in my way is getting sizzled. Hope it's not too hot for you.
Yeah, we should get the historic metagame breakdown this afternoon. I looked, I think the one yesterday went up about 1 o'clock Central, so it should be about 4 hours from now. Okay, yeah, I think a couple of Rest in Peace sound real good. Maybe over these angels, actually. They're kind of slow. I think I want to keep these in as cheap threats that also stomp planeswalkers. Showdown of the Skalds. Super impressive there. A lot of draw 4s. That also stacked our creatures up a little bit bigger. Blinkmoth getting to a 5/5 is actually pretty good there. Big Stan, thanks for the 29 months. Welcome back. Good morning. M'lady. Yeah, the mana rocks really got to flex that last game. Showdown of the Skalds with Arcanist. That's kind of sweet. I don't think I've actually seen that before. It actually sounds super reasonable. Like that idea a lot. Yeah, we've got Helix and Stomp, and we've got Sweltering Suns out of the board. I can't imagine... I don't know if the aggro matchup's free, but I can't imagine that it's bad. Should have play there. Play Blinky out. Getting a tap land into play doesn't have a ton of value in this matchup, because we're likely to be able to afford to pay life, and this could maybe pressure a Planeswalker in a pinch, so just getting it unsummoning sick for the future seems ideal. Gonna cycle the Triome this turn. I have 6 lands rolled up. I don't want to play Showdown this turn because if it resolves, I can only play 1 land off of it because I'll have already played a land for the turn. And if this flips into one of our other Chandras, I wouldn't be able to cast her next turn. So I want to play this when ideally I can play 2 lands off of it, and I want to play it when I have an opportunity to cast my 6 drops we might draw from it. M'lady is ready to come into play next turn, chat. Well, I guess Conquer's Death, Rest in Peace is a little bit of a non-mo. It's probably still fine, though. You're mostly playing this for the first chapter. Morning, Vantrix. Get out of my way, Gandalf! I've got a ladder to climb.
Oh, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
Yeah, second chapter is fine. It's not what you play the card for, though.
What a warm reception.
binned double Mizzix Mastery, so even if Rest in Peace a little awkward with this, it definitely looks like it did work this game, huh? Alright, do you have double Helix? So like the Helix Prismari command? Yeah, how many cards to kill Chandra, and then she's still gonna keep hammering their life total anyways? Like... Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Could see a big shark camp in here. My favorite historic deck currently. I have a bunch. Mostly the mid-range mushy things. Dead Guy Ale, Mardu tokens, red-white mid-range. Oh, this variation of red-white seems real sweet. I like the Jeskai Vodrock turns too. The Chad turns deck is only okay. That deck's not actually that good. Great, we'll see if we can beat this 4/4 shark. If they have a Helix here, they kill the shark. They kill Chandra.
I'm not going to sit this one out.
Yes. Deal. Wait. Did you just... Deal. Oh man, then we drew the answer to the shark too, chat? Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Get that mother tucker out of here.
People start screaming. I know I'm time to die.
Goodbye, friend. Beep 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 beep. Feels good to play something that doesn't just roll over to just got control. Reasonable Chun deck that doesn't involve cancer ovens. I'm not sure that exists in this format. So, one of the weird things about Pokemon Go, Silly Cheese, is that it's actually, like, incredibly difficult to spend money on Pokemon Go. Like, I really like Pogo's PvP, and I would love to give them money to, like, develop Pokemon faster and stuff in it, but they literally just don't let you pay them money for stuff. It's so weird. As someone who's used to the Magic Arenas and the Raid Shadow Legends of the world, the way Pogo is monetized is so strange. It's like they don't want my money. Which is fine. It forces me to, like, pace myself and stuff a little bit better. Hey, Hero of Time. Welcome to the channel. 4-color control. You have my attention. The Banana King is here, chat. And they are playing some 4-color control. Oh, they could be Niv Mizzet. That's true. In Vaccinated World, do you think you ever go to a Pogo Festival? Yeah, definitely. That's something my wife and I had talked about before the world went to crap. How many Pokemon slots and inventories do you have? All of them. So the 15 months Rat Racer. For those of you that are new to the channel, chat, I am a large sea creature in all of the games that I play. They That's actually not true. All things considered, I'm a rather small Raid Shadow Legends player. Raid Shadow Legends whales spend like 5 figures a month. But yeah, for people that haven't gotten into gacha games, like Raid, Shadow Wars, Genshin Impact, like, people spend tens of thousands of dollars on those games. They're just in a completely different weight class compared to... sea creatures in games like this. I mean, you could technically have a nice game experience in any of those things for free if you wanted, but... Alright, I think I'm gonna Chandra into Skyclave your Crisis, attack you for fear. Patty B, thanks for the quarter of a year, welcome back. No, Shadow of Innistrad Remastered can't get here soon enough. Yeah, like, honestly, like, people talk about, like, how... Alright, so sorry, they're a control deck, it looks like. So I'm gonna board in some Spellbinders. How useful Skyclave is. I believe a couple in, so I don't really know what they're doing. I'm also gonna bring in a couple of Conqueror's Death. Sounds like me on Marvel Strike Force. I spent maybe 40k, hence the name Kraken Doll. God bless. Yeah, Marvel Strike Force is another gacha game, right? That's the same vein as like Raid and stuff. I was the 6th place person on a gacha game server, and the difference between me and the top 5 was about 30 grand. Yep. But you do have a whale emote, Monster Man. The blue whale emote is 10k bits. There's 3 different whale emotes on the Hooglandia channel. There's a tier 3 sub whale emote, there's a 10k bits whale emote, and then there's the 100k bits golden whale emote. And then everybody has a minnow chat. And there's some dolphins as well. Tier 2s get dolphins. Alright, Banana King. My red-white poopers are here. That looks good. Some lands, a mana rock. Yeah! Chandra rounds this hand out really well. I'm all about the turn 3 Chandra Torch of Defiance's chat. Yeah, it's a shame you can't give a special emote for that. Nailed it. Nice Thoughtseize. Always just take the card that kills you, chat. Don't be cute and take my mana. Just take the card that's good. That's pretty good. Expressive Iteration with 1 mana discard spells is kind of gas, huh?
It's my turn. This will be easy.
It's a nice drop from you not know about. I had an opponent Thoughtseize my second land yesterday, and I immediately top decked 2 lands and they conceded. God bless. Wow! That's just rude.
Figure it out on your own.
Nice. The top of our deck is fire this morning, chat. You love to see it. Casual draw 3, no big. They are a Niv Reborn deck, okay? It's a lot of cards, chat. It's a lot of cards. With Niv Reborn being jammed here, I think we actually need to Conquer's Death this turn, right? As opposed to Torch of Defiance. Especially with Drown in hand. So, only a draw 2 off our Showdown. That's fine. This will pick a Chandra back up out of the bin here soon, right? Against ramp decks, you disrupt their plan by taking the ramp. Now, it really depends on the context, but generally speaking, you want to take the payoffs against the ramp decks too, unless their hand is like all payoffs, because ramp decks are usually like 2/3 mana, so the odds you take mana from a ramp deck and they don't immediately draw more mana is really low. Like the Primeval Titan player only has like 8 Titans, but they have, 30 pieces of land and rampant growths and stuff. If you think you can kill them before they get to their thing, then maybe it's fine, but in general, you're probably not killing them that quickly. I would say that was a 2-for-1, but that's not accurate. Alright, so they have... My Showdown in here actually means they can drown my other Showdown, which is awkward. So I guess we'll do this. We're probably dead at this point. I need like a Chandra 6 next turn.
I know my responsibility. We need to move quickly.
I mean, to be fair, our opponent, like, had Niv Mizzet look at 10 cards, so, like, the odds of them finding answers that were going to line up well was high. They had a lot of card selection that game. Skyclave does not seem particularly good, huh? I guess I don't know that I love any other cards we have. Yeah, they cast a lot of expressive iterations early, too. Our Elspeth Conquers Death cares about our graveyard. And I don't know that I like bringing in Rip just for Drown. Like, I don't even know that they're playing for Drown. There's a chance there's just like a couple of, because they're not milling us, right? So Drown's probably just like a value card they play a couple of for the late game. I'd be surprised if they have a bunch of them. What's up, Chulk? USC, is it USC Hulk or is it US Chulk? You are officially the Chulk to me. Thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Hey, I'm glad you're having fun, Grindle. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Good morning, good morning. Yes, yeah, we did finish Ghost yesterday. It was really good. I think I might need to sit down. I think maybe I'm gonna finish out like game maybe after the summer or perhaps at the end of the year. I might do a non-Magic related top 5 video with my top 5 games, and Ghost might actually be up there. It did a lot of things really well. Had a crazy match against Jessica the other day with Mardu tokens, ground through 3 Tefris and 3 Hulks to win. Yeah, the Mardu deck draws a lot of cards. It is really sweet when it gets going. Did I like Witcher better than Ghost? I think so. It's close though. Wool Master, thanks for 19 months. Welcome back. So, Witcher 3, I think it's fair to say, has less interesting combat than Ghost, but Witcher 3 has branching storylines that offer replayability in a really fantastic way. So I don't know that it's fair to give a strictly one-to-one comparison on them either. They both kind of do different things better and worse. Yeah, they're both very good games. I think Witcher and Horizon are definitely up there in my top lists. The PlayStation exclusives really seem to nail combat really well. Like God of War and Ghost of Tsushima both have very satisfying, interesting, intricate combat overall, in a way that sets them apart from other games. Witcher 3's combat is just like kind of there, like it exists, but it's not like nobody loads up Witcher 3 because the combat's good. It's like the TLDR basically, I feel. With the inclusion of Linkin Park into classic rock, do you think music needs a new non-rotating format? Do you think music needs a new non-rotating? Asking the real questions. Asking the real questions.
What? My hair is on fire? Yup, you're going down.
Forget pineapple pizza, this is the controversy of our time, right? Hey, Spartan, thanks for the 28 months and for the tier 3. Welcome back. Oh, this stupid Niv is castable next turn, isn't it? They're going to Vanishing Verse my Chandra here as well. Man, this is really gross. Can we win? I don't know that we can win the game, huh? They get to, like... Shit. They're gonna get to Vanishing Verge, Chandra, and if I leave them Teferi, they could Teferi plus hold up one of these other things. There's only 2 cards in my bin. I think I'm supposed to take Teferi. I think I'm supposed to take Teferi. No, I can't kill the Niv with Glorybringer. Yeah, it's just the Niv. I don't know. I think this might be we look at your hand and concede moment, honestly. I don't know that we have a line to victory from here.
I am out of here.
The Teferi gets to come down and just plus, right? Yeah, Expressive Iteration is a really messed up Magic card, chat. Yikes.
Hurry.
That would probably be a good change. Ban lamp, suspend, whatever. Back it in at that one. And honestly, you know, kind of like we saw this yesterday with Abzan mid-range as well. Kind of classic interactive deck problems, right? We stuffed Jeskai Control twice and Phoenix. Both those matchups felt good. And then we queue into something random like 5-color Niv and we get completely destroyed. Showdown was pretty bad that match, I think. I mean, the Showdown drew a bunch of lands there. I think the Showdown could have been any other spell and we'd probably still lose. Maybe if it would have been a 4th Awakened Inferno, we'd have been fine, but like, we would have lost those games anyways because we would have had to draw through all those lands. I mean, it's a testament to why, in general, playing proactive decks tends to be better than reactive decks. No, Esper's not really playable in this format. It's gonna be another Jeskai day on the ladder, chat. It's looking like. Yikes. Get our Awakened Inferno here at least. Is like every other day gonna be Jeskai day? Maybe breaking into Diamond was a mistake. So, you're obviously new here, Damien. In my opinion, asking the win rate of a deck is never a good question because the number of games that you are going to see me or anyone else play with a deck on the ladder is not a statistically significant sample size from which you can judge the deck meaningfully. The difference between a deck going 4-1 and a deck going 1-4 is often really small things that didn't break your way or did break your way, or good decisions you made or bad decisions that you made. If you ask someone why a deck is good or bad, and the only thing that they can tell you about that deck is that what their current record is with that deck, they obviously don't understand what's important when it comes to evaluating decks. I explicitly don't put my record on the stream overlay because giving people data that they will use to make bad decisions with isn't good. Oh, you know what? With this Coldsteel Heart draw, maybe I was supposed to Blinkmoth into here and play this so I could Chandra next turn. Yeah, that's probably what I should have done there. So, if you wanted to ask how this deck is, I think, in general, this deck seems like it has good tools to be competitive against aggressive decks, with answers like Helix, Skyclave, and Bonecrusher Giant, and then its acceleration into difficult-to-answer threats like Chandra's, as well as Showdown of the Skalds to generate card advantage, gives it reasonable play against these control decks, like Jeskai. I think more fringe things like the Niv deck that we just lost to are likely going to be challenging matchups for us, though, because our answers don't line up well into what they have going on. So my takeaway for this one is I would expect us to be reasonable into the popular decks in the format, however much the format those represent, and for us to struggle against some of the more fringe things.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Memory lapse this one. This deck seems like a very reasonable choice if you're expecting a lot of Phoenix and Jeskai on the ladder. Okay, the fact that they're on the Magma Opus version means they could have a shot here. So like if they have Gearhook this turn, they could definitely keep up. Hey, thanks for the Prime, Lumassi. I appreciate the third of you. Welcome back. Feels like a Gearhulk, champ. Smells like Teen Spirit.
Let's get toasty.
Yeah, we could lose to the Gearhulk here. This deck is definitely better against the Kira build than it is the Gearhulk build. I don't think the Gearhulk build's unwinnable, but their ability to actually generate pressure is meaningful.
What? That's it?
And then this is non-token, but I think we play it out because they don't really have good targets in their deck anyways. And this, if they don't have a removal spell here, potentially gives us another Chandra emblem. Yeah, so if they have a Helix or whatever, or Prismari Command, they can clear the way, obviously, but...
If you show remorse, I'll...
Okay, and this is them trading a Teferi for my Chandra, which is, like, not the end of the world. If I can find a way to answer one or both of these. Okay, Castle is kind of like a soft answer. It creates jump blockers. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Giant dragons blowing through ya. Do 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 do. And this not only answers their threat, but knocks them to 12 and now to 10. So, yeah, Glorybringer I think is my favorite 5-mana haste dragon design. There are so many of these in Magic, but this is definitely my favorite. Okay, Banana, thanks for the 25 months. A quarter of the way to 100 months. I hope I'm still here in 100 months. That's a rough one. Second Magma Up is definitely going to be boarding in Rest in Peace here. Do I just Helix them while they're tapped out? Yeah, I think so. They technically have 2 here, huh? If they have a Helix of their own, we're probably going to win this race. I think about the team event Insight is putting on. I didn't know Melee supported team events. Seems sweet. Yeah, unfortunately, just not going to beat Lightning Helix here. Could not beat the second Magma Opus, which honestly, you know, talking about control decks in this format and looking at what the opponent's archetype is doing, one of the reasons why Magma Opus is so good in their deck is so they can just kill people when their answers don't line up well. You know, like they can't answer this Chandra emblem, so they just killed us instead. I'm not sure if Melee is running it. Well, in that case, I expect it to be a flaming, disorganized dumpster fire. Speaking as someone who's participated in digital tournaments that didn't involve MTG Melee, there is a reason why I refused to run tournaments myself before Melee existed as a platform. It's hard enough trying to herd Magic players into the right spot with a tool as excellent as Melee. It is atrocious trying to coordinate and organize things without it. Hey, Charles, thanks for the 29 months. Almost 2.5 years. Welcome back. It's crazy to think how long some of y'all have been here and how long I've been at this. We looked it up yesterday, and based on the subscribers I had yesterday, my average sub length on the channel was over 14 months, which really surprised me. I would have thought with gift subs and like random one-off prime subs and stuff that happen, it would have been much lower than that. Ashley, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. Atraxist, thank you for the 12 months. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. Boomer channel confirmed. I mean, when was my Twitch channel made? My Twitch channel has existed since May 1st, 2012. We've been here a while, chat. We are coming up on 10 million channel views. Hashtag meaningless metrics. I don't have metrics on those, Hangman, no. I'd assume Twitch has that on the back end, but that's not like readily available via a spreadsheet or anything like that. Yeah, 6-mana Chandra would be a banger here. Yeah, a channel view is basically someone loading the channel page. So like my twitch.tv/Jeff Hoagland has been loaded on people's browsers almost 10 million times. Nailed it.
I need some cleaning. Is it just me? Or is it getting a little
Please don't start refreshing the page. I promise you it's a meaningless metric. It's like follower count. Follower count doesn't really mean anything. It's one of those things that's like, it's a nice number to look at, but in terms of like, does it turn into anything? It doesn't. Ugh, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate the entire year. Welcome back. Okay, but like, what if we had second Chandras? You're telling me my friend count doesn't matter? I am.
Stay back. I'm an explode calm. Looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
Getting a little sweaty over there, and they are not currently in a position to race this Chandra. Nice, Femi. Yeah, my family is deep into the Amazon ecosystem. We use Prime regularly. Definitely get our money's worth out of out of the, what's it called? We use Prime Video too. Hey, well, I appreciate you figuring the Prime sub out now, Hulk. Better late than never. Just call me Fizz. Speaking of, thanks for the Prime.
No pressure.
I get my money's worth for Primes. It's been bugged for years and we don't actually pay for it. Lol. Recycling this rock? Yeah, probably at some point. Goodbye, graveyard. And like now they're definitely not racing me, right? Because the only way they're coming close to racing me is if they were able to like gear hook something back. That's a good one to know about. I think we're still good to win the game here, but it's a good one to know exists. Man, what are they running into that this is a card they feel like they want to play? At 42 months. Oh, did I have a stone in play I didn't cycle? Because I clicked through it. No, I cycled it. I had a go back and check the tape. It was a Coldsteel Heart and a Rest in Peace. I cycled the Mind Stone the previous turn. Turn 3, Chandra. Bum 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 bum. My sub is old enough to drink down, take the Bezo Bucks, and have a refreshing beverage of your choice. Will do, Kicker. If I take your Prime sub and use it to pay towards the water filtration system we recently installed in my home, is that technically buying myself a drink of choice? I feel like that counts. I've talked about this on stream before, but the water in the town where I live has enough crap in it to my wife's doctor while she was pregnant told her not to drink our tap water while she was pregnant. The system wasn't cheap, but I'm glad we went and did it. The difference between like we basically get like bottled distilled water out of the tap now, which is nice. Is it just a double rock turn? Double rock into Showdown sounds kind of appealing. We could go rock into Binder too. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Maybe her doctor wanted her to drink Mountain Dew instead. No, like, no joke. The best way to describe the quality of the water in my home is, before we got the system, is if you didn't flush the toilets often enough, brown sediment would build up at the bottom from the stuff settling out of the water that was just in the water. Man, what am I taking here? The toilets are self-browning. Yeah, something like that. Is it Lapse? I mean, if I take Lapse, they just hold up Lapse next turn, right? When your water poops, you have a problem. Yeah, basically. I think we just take a Gear Hulk. Get you later, Red. Honestly, I'm just gonna pass and make a castle token here. It's been good, Precipic. It pulled us our last couple of matches up into Diamond. The Opus Gear Hulk version just kind of feels quite a bit harder than the Kira build, but not unwinnable. The Kira build felt really good. We can double 4-mana spell next turn, which is nice. Nice. Now we can lead on this. Honestly, we're probably just making the other Gear Hulk cost 8. That's a Shark Typhoon, though. This card taking Shark Typhoon is very good because they can't cycle it from over here. It's just an 8-mana enchantment. Hey, thanks for the tier 2 engineer. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back. Memory lapse this one, Gandalf.
I know who I am. And
Weird,
no
they
one
didn't
can
memory
tell me
lapse her. Strange.
Hope it's not too hot for you.
So must have forgotten, yeah. In case we draw land here. They don't have a 6th land tier. I don't think they could win. If they have a 6th land tier, we're gonna play a game. Okay, they might have a 6th land, but it's a slow one, so... They ditched a memory lapse, steal. Hey, James, thanks for the sub gifts. Good morning, good morning.
Oh, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
I could be right to just make castle tokens here. Yeah, they're already up to 2 emblems. I don't think I need to accelerate more of them. Well, Lightning Mare just dies to Helix, right? Very interested to see how a streaming mobile game works. I have a piece of software. That remote casts my my phone screen to OBS. Normally when you do like games where like dexterity doesn't matter, like Pogo PvP is real time, so like you need to have the timing. You could just like load up an emulator. Like I've done like Raid Shadow Legends and Star Trek sponsored games on stream. I've done an emulator. Still one more with this one. Kind of sweet. For Pogo, I need to be able to poke at my screen though for the PvP, so we're gonna play on my actual phone. Yeah, we're gonna do some Pogo PvP as the variety segment today, and then tomorrow we're gonna be starting Until Dawn. We're gonna do one more match with this deck, 2 more decks after it, and then our afternoon variety day is gonna be Pogo PvP. Which is a good reminder, if you're someone that's into Pokemon Go and you're a sub, make sure you pop in the subs Discord server. We have a pretty active community in there where we talk about PvP stuff and we organize remote raids. Yes, yeah, Until Dawn on the PlayStation is going to be our next afternoon variety game. Drop me a DM, Kraken, and I can let you know what it's called after the stream. I don't remember what it is offhand. Or I can look at it when we start the segment too. Siggy! Thanks for the 7 months. Is it crazy to discard Big Chandra here? I feel like it's Big Chandra. We're just too far away from casting her. Why do you need me to do remote raids without dragging down the team? I don't know. I'm going to answer that offhand. And if we have 4 or 5 others, like, you're welcome. You only need like 4 to 5 people to do most remote raids. Although Registeel's been kind of tough. You know what? I am going to stomp this because I don't want them to play Spawn of Mayhem this turn. Mark Rosewater confirmed that the party mechanic is not returning in the D&D set, which I think is an incredible, unbelievable miss on their part. Oh, that's true. That's true. They are a Luris deck. Good catch. Yeah, I really liked Party 2, and I thought almost assuredly it had to be coming back in a D&D set. Yeah, it's very silly that it's not. I'm with you. Oh, I saw him, James. Thank you. I don't believe they've confirmed what mechanics are coming. They just confirmed that Party wasn't coming back. I was very WTF when they first announced that, but I've known that was coming for a little bit, or not coming. Yeah, correct. It's wild. I assumed these cards were just kind of weak and they were gonna flesh them out later, but it turns out just no is the answer. I mean, the party mechanic wasn't popular because it wasn't very good. Right? Like, when do spoilers for the next set start? Aren't we always in Eternal spoiler season? To answer your question less specifically, I don't know. I think it's usually 4 weeks out. Oh, is it just 2 weeks? June 27th? That would be sweet. I actually really like shorter spoiler seasons. I think they're a good thing. We have a Murderous? No, you can't have Murderous Rider. Rika's Libation. Wild. Someone's been hurt by Cliffus. This is where the magic happens, chat. Right here on this channel. Magical. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Najo Mage, thank you for the tier 2 and for the 29 months. Welcome back. Feels Sag, man. Woof! Woof! The old double Faceless Haven beatdowns. Yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. Like, not only did we flood there, but we flooded not finding Castle, not finding Triomes, not finding Blinkmoth, not finding Shatterskull. Like, we have 4, 5, 6, we have 8 utility lands at 26 lands, just didn't get any of them. So, as someone who, I played a little bit of VGC earlier this year, pooping. Fucking Twitch usernames. And actually really like the PvP in, you cut all the mana rocks for removal in this matchup, and Angel's interesting. So, I guess that makes sense. I like the Pogo PvP a lot more than I liked VGC. Do you guys like Mai's Rest in Peace? They have Luris. I'll bring in one Rip. Turns off. They have Luris every game. Ramadol, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. Yeah, they're not typical mono black aggro, right? They're a bit of a brew. Pokemon Go today basically has all of the features you would have expected Pokemon Go to have when it released. There's player versus environment. You battle rocket gym leaders and rocket grunts and Giovanni type things. There's obviously the catching mechanic, and then there's a PvP ranked ladder, which we're going to be playing this afternoon. Last game is what happens when you don't believe in shufflerism. I know when I carefully pile shuffle and make sure I put a land every second to third card on lightly hand shuffle, I almost never have issues. Oh, Pelly. That's why I cut 3 to 4 lands from my deck. God bless. No, my phone will be muted while we play Demolisher. I think I'd bin these and keep my dragons. I think we've been dumpstered, chat. Yeah. It's just mono black mind drops. They've got a plan for the Jeskai players, chat. Their plan is coming together. Yeah, creature lands and discard spells are probably really good in the control matchup. They're really sweet. If fewer than 2 cards were discarded this way, draw cards equal to the difference. So this is Mind Rot? That's Divination when it's no longer Mind Rot? That's crazy. That's sweet. That card seems good. Like, it seems good versus control. I think we're dead to the creature land. Press a pick. 2 of my dragons were in the discard pile. I didn't really have anything left that could race. If I still had dragons I could top deck, we might have been in it. Oh, I had angels, I guess. Yeah, maybe. At any rate, we talked about this during the set, and I feel like to wrap concisely, I feel like this build as constructed is probably a bit better against Jeskai control and Phoenix than the typical red-white mid-range that I have up on my website is. That being said, your random jank matchup is going to be quite a bit worse. The things we lost to felt a little bit rough, and they were all off-meta things because our deck is less proactive. You know, we don't have Adanto Vanguards and Spellbinders game 1. It becomes harder to close games out when our answers don't line up well. If they're playing a deck, basically, the way to kind of ask yourself, how is this deck going to play out? I think a lot of the time comes down to the question, like, if your Bonecrushers and your Helixes are decent against your opponent, you'll probably have a good time. Or if your Chandra Awakened Infernos are good against your opponent, you'll probably have a good time. But if they hit somewhere on the brew spectrum where, like, neither of these groups of cards are good, we're probably going to struggle to either close the game out or interact with them profitably while we try to close. Hey, happy 28 months, Red Link. Welcome back. So yeah, I think this build's sweet overall. I think if you're someone that's hitting a glut of Jeskai control, it seems like a good reasonable choice, and it felt really strong against Phoenix too. All right,